like to keep talking, or you like to do another section of silent meditation, or you like to listen to my talk?
Silent meditation.
We'd like to listen.
That is quite encouraging. Kevin, you can go home now. There are 4 monks. They decide to do a silent meditation for a couple of weeks. And one monk, he is a younger monk. He is responsible to lighting up the candle. And the first night, by the nightfall, the candle is a little bit weaker and flicker, become flicker. Yeah. Then there is a strong wind come and blow out the candle light. Then the younger monk was a little bit shocked and say, "What? The candle is out." And the second monk opened his eyes and looked at him. "We are doing the silent meditation." "How come you are talking?" Then the third monk opened his eyes too and looked at the second monk, like I look at the Kevin. "Why you two must break the silence?" And the last monk, the fourth monk, it's just like me and ha ha ha, I'm the only one who did not talk. So we like to look at this story more deeply because it's quite interesting and it's quite inspiring. What do you think the character of the first monk when he said, "Uh-oh, the candle light is out"? We are quite easy to disturb, to be interfered by the worldly things. You know what I mean, right? The things happen in our daily life. Our mind is quite easy to be affected. Then our mind become cranky and become uneasy. For example, you turn on the TV, all the news is about the carbon tax. And the electricity bill price is going up. The petrol price is going up. And the pensioner age is going up. Everything is going up except my money in the bank. Not going up. Your money, not my money. Except the money in the bank is not going up. On the other hand, everything is going down. The relationship, seems going down. Who is laughing? And the patient for the job is going down. Life seems a little bit bored. The mood is going down. So we try to come to the meditation center to boost the energy up. But all the talks the Sifu give is about non-attachment. Let it go. Surrender to the moment. Acceptance to whatever comes to you. No ego, right, Kevin? Even non-self. Why in Buddhism have to mention all the negative terms, all the negative terminologies? And I'm here trying to boost my energy up. So meditation is very important because that helps us to bring the mindfulness, to let us truly understand the ideas of those terminologies. What's the true meaning of non-attachment? What's the true meaning of letting it go? What's the true meaning of surrender? What's the true meaning of to accept whatever comes to you? And once we understand and realize those ideas, and those ideas become alive. They are not just ideas and philosophies anymore. We are live with them. So when things comes, then we just let it go. We have no attachment whatsoever. Otherwise, we are holding on to it. We caught up with all the things. Then our mind become cranky and unease, and being disturbed. So what do you think the character of the second monk when he say, we are doing a silent meditation, why you break up the silent? Why you talk? He's upset. Why he is upset? Yes, break the rules, huh? The first monk, he think the first monk break the rules. So, you see, we break the rules and we don't even know. Huh? So when you pointing the finger to others, what happened? You read them. You read my mind.
I read that somewhere.
I suppose that is only in Chinese. You already translate into Western.
It must have been somewhere in Western.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, huh? Yeah. So our mind become fixed. Our mind is too worried about the rules. And the rules become too tight to us. It's like old. We are caught up, or our mind is fixed by all the belief structures, traditions, systems. So the mind is not flexible and open. And once the mind is fixed, is tight, there is no space. Do you want to test your mind? Can we do a little bit experiment? How the mind is conditioned, how the mind is fixed. Would you like to do that? So when I ask you, you have to respond immediately. Okay? For example, 1 plus 1 equal. Thank you. 2 plus 2. You plus 师父. Huh? How come no response? Very good. You did a good job. Okay. Now we do it again. Now, please say loudly, repeat the word silk, S-I-L-K, for 6 times. Go. What does the cow drink? Does the cow drink milk? Huh? Huh? So what does the cow drink? You sure about that? You see how the mind is conditioned, fixed, tight. Let's try it again, okay? Let's try another one. If the white house is made of the white brick, and the red house is made of the red brick, and the blue house is made of the blue bricks, and tell me what is the green house made of?
Glass.
Yes.
Glass.
Glass. Kevin, I told you to go home. You ruined my whole game. You see, yes, he's learning quickly. You see, the first time we are tricked. The second time we learn the lesson. The first time the mind is conditioned, is fixed. Once we learn the lesson and the mind become open a little bit. So tell me 100 kilos stone rock and 100 kilos feathers, which one is heavier? Huh? See? Your mind now is totally open up. You are not being fooled anymore. It's no fun. I can only do the trick once. So the mindfulness, the meditation helps us to practice in mindfulness. See the second one and the third one, because your mind is more open up, you are more mindful, and the first one, you are still in, your mind is not too mindful yet. So you are being fooled. But the second one and the third one, the mindfulness, bring the light, shining through. That's because we do have the space in our mind. So the light, the inside, be there to shining through. So we are not being fooled anymore. Who making that sound? Huh? Is that the sound that welcome my talk, or is that the sound try to stop my talking? Ah. So can you tell me what's the character of the third monk when he say, why you two must break the silence? You see, all the monks, the four monks, they just, it's symbolic, it's just a metaphor. They present each of us here. They present us. So what's the character of the third monk that? He's questioning. How dare you question me? We all like to be a Mr. Right. Do you like to be a Mr. Right or Mrs. Right?
We tend to do that, don't we? We keep find a fault in somebody else makes us feel better, like we're better.
Do you feel that way?
Or a lot of us.
If we point a finger to others, we feel much better.
If we make them feel bad, we must be good. So
Yes. That's why you see the parents always are pointing the finger to the kids. No, I'm joking. Parents are too concerned. The kids try to give the advice. We think that we are more important. We like to be the Mr. Right and the Mrs. Right. That makes us feel much better. So one day, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and the ears, and the eyeball come together and talk about which one is more important. Then the eyes say, I can see all the beautiful things without me. When you drive, you will have an accident. I'm the most important one. Then the ears say, I can hear all the sound, all the beautiful music. Without me, life is no fun. I'm the most important. Then the nose say that. You know what the nose say? To make him most important. Yes.
no? Really?
The nose say, I can smell all the fragrance. I can take in the air, the oxygen. Without me, you won't be able to survive. Then the mouth. You know what the mouth say? Breathe too. No, the mouth say, if you make a mistake, then I can scolding you. To make the mouth most important, he mentioned, because of me, I can take all the food in to nourish our body. Without me, you won't be able to survive. So everyone think they are the most important one. They all look at the eyeball. Am I saying correct? Eyebrow. What can the eyebrow say? To make her most important. say nothing like you now. Huh? How can you make the eyebrow important? Please tell me.
It protects your eyes from the sun.
Right.
Ah.
Yeah, it gives expression to your face.
Raising your eyebrows.
Ah. But I don't trust that. Because I know so many people, they cut their eyebrow. They shave their eyebrow. They'll look at the eyebrow and say, you are useless. How come you are in the highest spot and position? Then eyebrow was so shame and looked down like me and making the whingy sound. So eyebrow say, okay, I'm the useless one. So he volunteered, willing to move down here, underneath the eyes. What happened? Do you like that? The eyes say no good. So he moved down underneath the nose. Do you like that? No?
That's what happened to me.
Keep moving down under here. They all dislike wherever the eyebrow move. So finally they all agree, the eyebrow, you should be in where you are. So can you tell me, when you open your fingers, can you tell me which finger is the most important one? David, what do you think? Which finger is the most important one? Alan, what do you think?
They're all important.
They are all important. Why they are all important?
They work together.
They are all together. When they are together, they make a palm. When they are all together, they function it properly. That's the idea of interconnectedness. And the meditation and the mindfulness help us to realize that. And what is the character of the fourth monk when he mentioned, ha 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 ha, I'm the one who did not speak? Huh? You think he is superior? Do you like to be superior? I like to. That's why I'm always sitting here. Can we do a rotation next time? Someone sit here, I can sit down there. Kevin, can you do me a favor? You sit here, I sit there.
On the 21st of July.
Why on the 21st of July? Nobody here. You're very quick. You're very quick. Your mind is very sharp. Wait, you sit here next time?
Oh, me?
You?
I don't think so. I'm scared of height.
I'm scared of height too. But we put the Buddha always high up there. The indication of the fourth monk seems to us that we like to be tough. We like to be the superiors. We like to be the most important one. We are afraid of being a loser in this society. We are to be a winner, because in this society, everywhere we go, everything we do is competitive. Is that right? In your job, it's quite competitive, right? Competitive, right? As a parent, you also need to be a competitive. I remember when I was a boy, always like to mention, oh, my father is a very tough one. He's an engineer. How much money he make? In order to show your classmate. Do you do that too? To say something good about your parents? Do you do that? No? Sometimes? Okay. You see, that's the food for the ego. And in this society, we have to keep feeding our ego in order to survive. If we don't put the food in front of the ego, if the ego does not like the food, then what the egos do, you know? Making the whingy sound. Right? The ego always like to make a whingy sound. A whingy sound is just a symbolic meaning. You know how the ego can make your mind become very cranky, make your mind become very busy, make your mind become very bored. So you have to do this, do that. You have to run here, run there. That is how. Do you know where is the ego come from? We like to talk about the Mr. Ego. But who is the one behind Mr. Ego?
Yourself.
Our mind. Can I say ego is only the object? There is a subject, right? So in English you call self-ego, right? Ego is only the object, and there is a subject called self. Does that make sense? So we call it self-ego. So where does the ego come from? If you try to deal with the ego, it's endless. If you don't try to understand yourself, try to understand the self. That's why in Zen tradition, in Buddhism, so important is to realize your true self. Without understanding your true self, no matter how many techniques, how many skills you learn to deal with your ego, it's just endless. So that is the character of the fourth monk. How come we want to be superior? How come we want to be tough? How come we always want to be winner? There must be a reason. And the meditation and the mindfulness can help us to understand that. But do you know there is a fifth monk? Can you see the fifth monk in this story? Do you like to know who he is, what he is?
He's the one who doesn't get involved.
Is he or she here? The first Zen patriarch 祖师啊，第一祖禅宗的祖师。He come from India to China and to teach Zen, and Zen become popular. So he is the first Zen patriarch in China. And he had 5 very close disciples practicing with him for so many years. And one day, the Bodhidharma asked them to come and sitting there. And he asked, why don't you give your insights? Why don't you show me your wisdom? Since you already practicing for so many years with me, would you please show what you understand about Buddhism and the Zen? So the first monk speak out and say, bra 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 bra. And the Bodhidharma say, you only get my skin. Then the second monk speak out too. You know why he speak? He say, la 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 la. And the Bodhidharma say, you only get my muscle. And the third monk say, shiri 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 shiri. And Bodhidharma say, you only get my bone. Does that make sense when I mention get the skin, get the muscle, get the bone? Do you understand? Does that make sense to you in English? Thank you. Then the fourth monk, without saying anything, he just stand up and he bow to the Bodhidharma. You know what the Bodhidharma say? You get my marrow. Marrow, right? The things inside the bone. Then the fifth monk is there. You know? Do you want to know what the fifth monk say? Huh?
We're waiting in anticipation. We want to know.
He say, stay tuned, we will come back in next week. Right? That's the fifth monk say, right, Kevin? So can I say that in Buddhism or in Zen tradition, that's very important to find out who is the fifth monk or what is the fifth monk. And the fifth monk is nowhere. It's like you say, the fifth monk is being here all the time. Always here, always being in the now. If you are not deluded by your illusion mind, by your cranky mind. Okay, that is today's talk. Hopefully that helped. So this week's homework for you is to find the fifth monk for me, okay?